Fun time. Pew, pew, pew. Fun time, right? This is all fun time. I really don't go that far. I like kind of close actually. There we go. I've been working on firing on my left side, putting it in the meat where it cuts where it need be, so I don't get too much boom, boom, boom movement, and locking down on it with that muscle because I'm strong enough to, and allowing myself to enjoy, looking through the scope and doing what needs to be done as far as sending it. Very important thing. Very important. Most people don't understand it. You know what I mean? So it's one of my air platforms. So I see the ATF who don't write laws, who can't take it upon themselves to believe that they can do what they do, or attempting to pass something where they get banned arm braces, like so they can't be shot from the shoulder. Those are the things with the Velcro. You'll never see me using one of those because, first of all, if there's a weapon the military has, I have every right to have it. Even to the goddamn flying jets. See, the problem is they've corporized it, so they're not. The military is not a militia. I'm a veteran. If you want to tell me different, explain with your theoretical, illogical, eloquent conversation bursting. I went to war and killed some fucking people. Like, stole that shit, nigga. When you wasn't even born, been there, done that in the hood. Got it. All right. These cats be cracking me up, yo. Being raised in trauma and chaos. When I seek order, what is more prolific? And what is more fact-based? Where's the roundabout of concern and communication that is warranted for admiration and conversation, communication, and building? Because I'm over in a tent and somewhere in a desert or on a free landing or somewhere, and it's funny to say, hey, I ain't getting a woman like, yo, Johnny, come here, bend over. That's not common. That's not brother bonding. Or sister bonding for those, I've looked at a number of topics today. And what eludes a lot of people, not all, because many are starting to realize the rationalization behind the truth, yet equating some Africa nonsense. I call it Mesopotamia. I call it our soil because it was all once connected. Well-known fact. I don't want to hear this about 7 miles down in Mariana Trench and all that, because they have found plenty of cities, even under soot, digging and finding the rooftops, this and other, and pottery, and then pulling it up. They know this stuff, Yeah, that's what's up. So, for those who don't know, because that's not your forte or your go-to, energy weapons are real, but do not give them no energy. They're gonna do what they gotta do. I got some Japanese, and I'm gonna tear that stuff up. But let me go live and get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important to, when you tell people you're gonna do something, when you do it. You know what I mean? Like, information is only attained foolishly, well, based on lies or facts, based upon the people who teach the stories. When you teach science and everything, medicine, all those are fiction. First of all, there's no science to order. Order is established, and everything from it works perfect. perfect. See, the enemy has created a deluge. I mean, we go back to David Rothschild, right? Investing in petroleum to make medicine and get away from all natural healing herbs because they stopped dying so goddamn young. But then in return, over a period of time, stealing our land, this, that, and other, because we, I would say, so much tired of fighting. Because I can't speak to all of them, but I know that some are tired of fighting. Some were mistreated after the Civil War, form of slavery, or ward of the state, POW, however you want to look at it. Many were murdered because all those people that kept coming over here, they just got through fighting. So in their heart, all they know is war, they're warmongers. But the problem is they didn't win shit. They wanted to take revenge. So when we were betrayed, all right, on the Confederacy side, all right, damn right. You know what I'm gonna say. I don't have to put a J in front of it. I don't have to put a Z. All right. Betrayed, William. You should know history. Study politics. If you want to be all PC, it was like a forfeit. No, not forfeit. It was like come you can have it. And many other people went so-called West, Texas, all that. Then you have Theodore Teddy Roosevelt going to Mexico, going Indian hunting for saying he was going to fight the Mexicanos, on the Mezcal. And see, that's not what he was doing. And he had a whole bunch of ex-Moors and indigenous people who didn't know what the fuck they were, and people who did, who were fearful, and not in great numbers, they couldn't fight back. Went on the escapade, chasing our ancestors down. Then later on, you would have Trail of Tears. It was always to the west. See what they were doing? They were sending us to the heart of our mother. And here we stand, and we went through the most vile things. And see, what they don't tell you about Wall Street, not nigga, nigra, or any goddamn of that. Wall Street, entrepreneurship, the great building of a great civilization by the greats of the soil. There were many people who came over here, first and second generation, and they were just jealous. They couldn't stand it. You got to remember, this is what, about 20-something years before the Jim Crow era and segregation. See, segregation didn't exist then. Who was the KKK when it first started out? Who will later become the Democratic Party? Why people don't understand this? Why people don't know this truth? They have a hard time accepting this because, you know what? It's not relevant to the world that attempted to create. But you cannot create a world on top of the world because cities and civilizations are built on top of it. There's a reason why they're built on top of it. See, if they were so bright, so smart, they wouldn't be listening to our enemies who are still alive, living in far off places. They can't be here because of the perversions. Many Pelicans are lucky they're here, period. And we put them in a place because of their diseased minds, diseased hearts, the leprosy of their. That's where the word leprosy comes from. If you want to, analyze it. There's no hate. I don't believe in crayon colors, race, ethnicity, all that. What I do know, there was a bloodlust, and they ate many raw animals. Take however you choose. It doesn't matter. I'm not emotionally bound or unstable enough to be a contagion for that acceptance of foolish ideologies or anything else. I would just like to see my people get it together. When I see my people, I'm talking about all walks of life. Besides my Aboriginal community, with all these idiots that run around calling themselves Black, African American, all this other shit. I remember being in Harlem and talking to some of the African brothers, well, the ones raised by Dutch and French masters. Hey, yeah, I'm African. There's no American behind it. We're not the same. Same story over and over and over. They were more aware of that than most of our people. But because they were misled by many very terrible, constructive, worthless beings, creatures, many of them being our own people who have accepted leprosy of the heart and energy, we have to now redact and destroy all that. There's no removing it, just say destroy it. Because it's all lies. You know, people have a hard time accepting that all the lands were connected, yet they don't have a problem accepting Noah and the flood. Well, gopher wood only grew here; it didn't grow nowhere else. So where did Noah come from? The fact that he was a leper, as far as compared by his parents in the stories, and then the Negro, written, published by the Jews, are not of Ham. And then you got all these group of Hebrews misinterpreting people, Pastor John, all this religious shit, and they're construing religion with history and creating legends to mythology, pushing their ideology. How do you do that? What was the grandest moment of the pale wolf and the dark wolf? The betrayal, the true story to Adam and Eve. See, our stories are ancient for a reason. This language that we speak now are many twisted words, twisted tongue, forked tongue. Every time we speak to one another, we speak with forked tongue when we utilize this language. Because nobody's really a linguist as far as learning or understanding. Understand the word learning, that's when I go into deep. And understanding, that's when I can go into deep. Recognizing, that's another one I can break down to a certain degree. And you would think people would start to appreciate and recognize these things, but no. They got to have booty shaking, they got to have the slums or lizards in California strolling the street. They got to have, they have all the new music coming by, rap, so-called star, or some political, instead of wholesome conversation based upon actually having attention and hearing what they're listening to, being attentive. People have a very hard time to do that unless they're studying for some reason something as if they're going to overcome something and understand something with a purpose, and yet not have a purpose that is based upon order. It's never going to work. You know, I'm so tired of all these fools out here. You got people right with cancer, and they be like, "I'm gonna go commit suicide by cop. I don't want to live no longer." Instead of changing their diet, getting away from toxic people, I wouldn't care if they have to go out there and sleep in a damn tent during the summertime for 5, 6 months. All right, having the ability to make that choice to dispose of all the chaos and allow themselves to be part of order. Just as long as they get to feel a little bit of that order, a little bit. The majority of us ain't mixed. We're not mixed with any goddamn thing. Well, how you gonna bring back blood perverted to the people that created you? Go to your science for that one. Go to your broke ass fake history for that one. But it's gonna tell you the same thing. So again, it's not possible unless you invite things into a weak establishment that can't understand, so therefore it cannot fight it. This shit they shooting up at people right now is gonna fuck a lot of them up. They're gonna walk around looking like zombies, but they're gonna be walking around because they can't breathe right. They'll still be breathing and moving. Their limbs and stuff won't function right, and they will look like fucking zombies, and they won't be able to feed themselves and be hungry, and they probably may, I don't know. Utilizing common sense as a seer, I don't see these things. I saw my dreams. My dreams give me enough answers to know that some things I'm going to speak about are on topic, point. Some things are based on the frivolous word of alleged. I'm saying alleged because they put it all out there in great numbers for a period of time. And yet here we see what they've done with the food, the water, and everything else. Why are they still putting fluoride in the water when the world knows we don't want that? There's only certain countries that stop that shit. Just take us to go out and start 50 cows or 308s, 306s and start sniping the people working at water treatment plants.
We got to go out there and get the anarchists because it's still possible, very easy. Them running around with sugar bombs and flour bombs and all that other stuff and other catalysts that are from the earth that are easy to refine. If you got a few grinders, you don't like. I mean, this is stuff I don't advocate violence or anything. What I'm saying is the truth of the reality because you created a lot of sick people. So you're gonna have to deal once the system, the agenda writers commence themselves, which they have, to their agenda. It's not gonna take fake red flags and fake because that's what red flags and numbered acts and shows. So for the government to take up on it, just like they're pushing the woke shit, they didn't get that until they got us. So everything. I think it's to manipulate it in a way or in a form that misguides the misguided, who are easily susceptible who question everything because they can't determine what's fact or truth because they've been living a lie all their living life. And I could go on and on and on, right? But I said we're gonna go live, and I was gonna talk about things that I believe are imminent. And I do not like discussing politics. I'm not gonna be, regardless of my constitutional beliefs, showing a couple of firearms. There's a lot of discipline. There are times when I'm shooting my rifle and I'm like, my back aches. I gotta put it down. I can't. I have to take like 15, 20 minutes, like breathe in and, maybe I'll pick it back up and shoot again. And that's kind of crazy, right? You would think, oh wow, seriously? Yeah, it's like that. But I enjoy it, and I don't cry. I don't recognize the pain like I used to. Nor is there, I understand it. Is a compromise. There cannot be a compromise when you recognize a pain that's based on something that's factual. Most people have a pain, so they go out and shoot somebody. This and another. The pain is based on a relationship or monetary or this and another. When they haven't given themselves a moment to breathe and live in the catalyst of reality, other than the reality that they're steeped in. There's a difference between the two realities. If you want to be whatever it is that you claim to be, then be that. Be that in totality. But be mindful that there are those who are growing in our numbers that if you're not respected, it's going to get pretty bad. And that's based on my dreams. And when you have dreams several 8 times now, and it's the same. Dude, I got to the point where I could direct my dreams, right? Go back to my first love, first sexual encounter, blah, blah, blah. Copulation encounter. And I'm dragged right into this freaking dream again, from first to last, beginning to end, start to finish. And I believe 8 times more than enough for me. I don't want to have that dream. And yeah. Yeah, otherwise it'd be wild. I mean, what else could I say? So like, yeah, I have to put my thing careful. Maybe I should not have even said that. I should have the other day. But yeah, you know what? It's the reality. It's bringing it is what it is. I don't want to be the enemy. I definitely want to be all in, partying with the enemy. And that's not a fear tactic. It's not to suggest or no. Oh man, I do not want to be the enemy. I know I'm not going to give you those religious ideologies and you'll be standing there watching when they're going through that. No. That makes absolutely zero sense. No sense at all. But sooner or later, people will start coming around and the message will get out there and they'll realize, okay, it's not about harming people, this, that, and other. It's about a conversation or communication. It's something that's relevant to a person 55 years old, right? Relevant to me of having understanding and clarity in some things.
Now, I say I got this weirdo that watches, right? And he likes to get the weirdo comments. More power to you. Love it. That I don't live for it. So cool. I love it. Yeah, come on with it. I love it. It's not even a challenge because I don't have feelings for a challenge or a competition. Like, why would I? When I know how great, if one utilize that word, or how important I am. That, oh, I know the thought, you're having a conversation talking about me. No, actually, I'm talking to you. When I said great, come on, understand the language you profess and your greatness, or whatever, um, or whoever. Okay, um, myself and people like myself, we love it. Okay, something I had pulled up, great information. Let me see here. Okay, I got it. My internet. I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, that was good. So, so-called America since its inception has been in 94 wars. Okay, and 4 which are ongoing right now. Now, do the math. 400 years. That's why what y'all call the Stars and Stripes is nothing but a battle flag. Why do they don't teach people that? About this flag of peace? Because the enemies of life do not seek peace and have been the perpetrators when mother saw and believed they're allowed to get away with it. And pursue creating this animosity, hate, and then establishing foreign troops, their own cousins, on our borders with some Red Dawn type shit to instill some what's that one show that came on? Maid's Tale. Seriously, we're talking about since 1776, so not about 500, give or take, well, 400 or something. Yeah. So, oh wow, Revolutionary War, Eastern North America, South North America, Gibraltar, India, Caribbean Sea, and Atlantic. See, people don't understand that, know that truth. The Civil War and where it was being fought. Yeah, it wasn't in East and North America only. It was on Gibraltar. Where's Gibraltar? India, Hindustan, Caribbean Sea, and Atlantic. Why? It was the last of the coup d'etat, taking over melanated indigenous aboriginal rule, start rewriting history. We call it the Old Southwest as well. So we know 2 marks of claiming that wrestling was 1839 to 1850, right? Well, actually prior to that. But we're talking about extermination of our people, the attempt, while many of us were still hiding in plain sight, millions of us. Um, the seas, as far as Gibraltar, the sad Mediterranean, Indian Ocean, is another seaboard, an island grabbing. Many of our ancestors on all fronts lost. What I detest is Haitians, Jamaicans, Dominicans, and others denouncing their connection to us when we were all one at one time. See, all these people are very ignorant, and in our greatest numbers. We are still the greatest population on earth. Many foolishly believing in some kind of fake ethnicity or crayon color or
race or some goofy shit like that. Excuse the language, but yeah, I'm just speaking on based on historical facts. And now people know accept that this is my culture, this is my narrative. Yeah, yeah, and I grew up in a lot of hate and I've been locked up and blah 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 blah. But all that dumb stuff doesn't mean nothing. That shit is funny. It's comical. It's not to die for. I've got a list here that goes on. Tekama says, "War, my ancestors, not my Mongolian brothers and sisters. You got some of my blood in you, but you're not originally up here. You're Mongolian, like deal with that. Spaniards, if you're claiming Spaniard, then you're Spain, home. That's home. Conquer the land don't mean you're indigenous to it because you're born in the fucking. It means you're native to it because you're born there. Let's clear the hype, okay? Many of you got some Aboriginal blood, but you all lost some Spanish, Hispaniola, this and another. All of it was connected. Everything was done divisively. So if you want to claim this and claim that and profess this, claim, profess that, then how are you part of man or woman? I don't get into that human shit. I don't know what the fuck a human is. Alright? When people converse that, I be sitting there looking at them like, yeah, okay, you're a linguist. You really know what you're talking about. And right off the bat, everything turns off. I'm not there to educate the ignorant. You need to fight through that battle of ignorance. Then, when you get to a certain point or place on the mountain peak, and the sun is really gleaming down on you, then you can seek and know your behavior and mannerism to make the corrections. Other than that, no, stay where you're at. Be who you are. If it's broken and really malnutrition, be that. You know? You gotta remember like the Barbie Wars and all that stuff. There was two of them. Hollywood has done a great job hiding the truth and lying so heavily deep. Disney too. All owned by who? What was the purpose? Division, separation, annihilation of a troop of a people. But that annihilation will never work, regardless of how shortly lived it has been. They penalize people on social media as if it's supposed to be something. Okay, if that's the person's livelihood, then they done forgot what life really is, or they never know. Yeah, I know you pay attention because I curse police officers. I curse them with a reason. And those were the bad ones. The ones that stand by. And every day we keep seeing, not on the media or whatever, because they're all liars. But that's hidden. But then let it slip down for a couple of weeks, suicides and all this, people have been on the force and child porn, and it's ongoing. And yet you still want to have a system of false misrepresentation of law, court. I'm not going to get to that word, system, that allows this perversion by creating an underwritten rule of quality immunity. Excuse me. The citizens, the people of the land, have immunity from your bullshit because it's all misdirected. It's contagion. And so we have a lot of emotionally unstable people wearing costumes, running around doing very emotionally disturbed shit. And so that's acceptable. That's why I say the DOJ. And I was going to put a picture up in the corner over here showing all the members of them and the Supreme Justice, showing the sick people probably got more pictures and shit of them doing deviant things and drugs and everything else, probably orgies. Yeah, so they're going to be obedient little mutts, little humans. I really wish, I would love to see, I would love to hear people's opinions or thoughts on this. You know, I really would, honestly. But you don't have to. People are still working, getting off work, getting ready to be in bed actually because they have to work tomorrow. It's Tuesday, and I know they're tired from the weekend, still recovering. But yeah, when you come on, hit me up, let me know. We're at 30 minutes. I'm done. Love y'all. And there's plenty more information I have, PDFs and all. So y'all have a wonderful night.